This champion is probably the one I am most looking forward to, and I did not think I would be as interested as I am. Yeah, let's do a video all about Negasonic Teenage Warhead, her abilities, and as well the fact that animations look amazing. Damage potential and rotation looks understandable, and just looks like a fantastic needed champion right now to deal with a lot of tricky skill-based champions. And it's got that fun SP2 minigame. Yeah, hi everybody, hope you're doing well. Welcome to a Saturday video. The spotlight for this champion has just dropped, but I wanted to have a look at a bit more details to this champion because both champions are good. I like the way that Silver Sable has that kind of like drop the like trap type mine thing. But I feel that Negasonic Teenage Warhead is literally the champion we need right now for situations like a bullseye counter and as well, you know, countering a lot of those skill-based champions that are annoying, tricky, and stuff like that. Now, Kabam have listed the champion as being ease of use 4, damage of 3.5. I mean, that's always concerning. It seems like the champion has a good enough bit of damage, to be truthful. But yeah, this also, because it has constant passives, it means that it is a really decent option against skills, number one. Number two, could be just very handy in things like, well, I say incursions maybe, especially with Incinerate damage ramp up, and so many other things as well. Easy access Incinerates, I think that's good as well. It just depends on how certain nodes interact with stuff. And evade counter tactics. Having something that is a skill-based champion that is also able to be a counter for evade is going to be very important. So has a unique evade called, what's it called? Precognition, which allows her to counter attack and inflict stun at the same time. While she has a small chance to evade all medium light, she has 100% chance to evade enemy counterattacks such as Bullseye's Killer Instinct and instead stun them. So, oh, what is it? Astral Evade. So, oh no, it's not a complete evade counter. Sorry, I should have been kind of like more clear on that one. But is this going to be something that could deal with Astral Evade? That particular ability. That'd be cool because then it means that this could be a good enough counter to Mordo. It could be, you know, as we know, a good counter to Bullseye, which at this moment in time is needed. It's sadly needed. Kabam create this, and we've said it before, if you don't know how the game works, is Kabam create really difficult, annoying defenders, and then we'll reveal a counter to that like several months down the line. And here's the thing, they've already pre-planned that. So when there's a difficult champion that has like some really weird abilities by about January, and then the counter to that comes in April or May, guess what? They've been building that for a good chunk of the year prior. So that's something to bear in mind with it. Or they have an idea, kind of like to that particular tune, that they're going to do that. Is it something that encourages you to go out and spend your money? Maybe. Like, I'm not in the business head of MCOC, Kabam. You can just make logical assumptions based on the situation. But in any case, I think this champion is amazing. And based on some stuff that Karate Mike said in his deep dive, which I think has gone live now or is already live, he said that the heavy attack to begin with to add an Incinerate vulnerability. Then you do mediums to put passive Incinerate. You also get passive stun. So in that particular time frame window, look to add in more by doing more mediums. And also do light attacks to keep passives paused. So the passive Incinerate's paused. Charge heavy attack to add some more Incinerates close to the SP2. Whilst in SP2 animation, mash the block to add 16 more Incinerates, which we can see in the footage. Check out the prompt, because that's really good that Kabam do a prompt, and then when it gets into it, there's this moment in time. Oh, hang on, no, that I've just missed it. It's so quick, you blink and you miss it. I think it's why, while Negasonic Teenage Warhead is doing this right now, you're kind of mashing on screen. There is like I don't know if there's I thought there was like a motion thing on screen where it had like the kind of flash circles, but I think that was an edit that was put in by Karate Mike to kind of like illustrate the kind of like the tap 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 tap. But I'm not saying do this on screen. That's not how to play MCOC. But kind of like it just like like you've just got to like do that Morse code. I'm Morse coding you right there. What did I say? I don't know. One other great thing about the champion is its non-contact. So energy attacks deal energy damage and do not make contact. Handy for. Is it handy for what is it? a tumor. It's handy for against Korg, which obviously is easy to finish a Korg. Any non-contact hits that require, it's just going to be great. Mediums inflict an incinerate. The opponent has fewer than 5 personal incinerates active on them. We've talked about that. And then lights to pause the incinerates and incinerate vulnerability passives 1.5 seconds. I think it's just ease of use. Like, this is going to be a really fun ease of use champion. As you get older with the game, you want to make sure that you remember as many champions and how to play the rotations. And I think this is just like, it's just easier rather than kind of like concentrating on going like, oh, when you're going to do, I don't know. I find this more ease of use than anything. So Kabam say, since none of her attacks make contact, Negasonic Teenage Warhead will be naturally immune to parry unless the opponent has the ability to parry non-contact attacks. So basically you're going to choose to counter at non-contact attack based champions. I don't know if you could use something with, well, I don't know, because it's parry. Could you do White Magneto pre-fight? Don't know. I don't think so, but I think just going with the non-contact attack-based champions could be beneficial. I don't know if anything's like shut off without using a tech champion. We'll have to read on and see. But her incinerates damage, you're going to want to build up incinerates with her medium, then switch over to lights, like centric attacks combos once you've built up past 5. Now, Kabam give a bit of coverage here on the anti-evade side of things. So she's got evade is powerful and useful for a handful of reasons, because the evade chance becomes 100% while charging a heavy attack. It can be used to use as a mulligan. Wow. That saves you from taking a hit if you're trying to land her heavy attack. Keep in mind her evade, God, I can't speak. Evade chance only works against medium and light attacks that make contact and not heavy attacks. It also won't work against non-contact attacks. Okay, so we'll have to try some stuff out and experiment. The final ability allows her evade and counter attack if the opponent activates her own evade counter attack. This means that if you throw an attack into Bullseye while he has his killer instinct active, both champions will attempt to evade and counter, but Negasonic Teenage Warhead will stun as part of hers and will be able to continue her combo afterwards. Interesting. When evading an opponent's counter attack, they will be time slowdown to accentuate the moment and give you a chance to react and sudden reversal. The time slowdown has a countdown to prevent it from spamming the effect needlessly. Okay. I mean, look, for me, it's just ease of use of this champion is fantastic. The evade stuff is cool as well. Each time the evade activates or is prevented from activating, precognition. I can. It's too early. I haven't even. The coffee hasn't set in yet. Precognition goes on cooldown for 25 seconds. Additionally, precognition goes on cooldown each time Negasonic is knocked down or inflicted with a power burn, power dash, or power lock effect. Could be interesting to add that in. Also, because countering it, bring a reliable power control champion. I might bring Dr. Doom. Or anything else that might power control. There's some techs that power control. Infamous Iron Man, Vision, Warlock SP1, Nimrod depending on rotation. The list goes on. Or you need to knock her down routinely during the fight. Additionally, champions with a high critical chance and guaranteed critical hits will find themselves having to deal with her evade much more frequently. Okay, so that may be a bit of a sticking point right there. Now, there's so much more to the champion. The SP1 is used to maintain your high stack of incinerates passives as the fight goes on. If the opponent is refusing to play nicely, AI problems. So on my notes side of things, that I took from that little snippet on Friday's live stream that was said. It looks like from a rotation standpoint, so do light attacks to keep passives paused, charge heavy attack to add more incinerates close to SP2, whilst SP2 animation block, mash the block, we know that, then light attacks and do SP1 to refresh. And I think as soon as you've laid on that first kind of like incinerate lot, that you can then go, right, well, let's do, like, it's basically heavy attack, lights, medium, variations, medium to do passive incinerator, the pause with the lights. Then it's a case of doing a SP2 and do the mash, and then it's SP1 refresh. So yeah, like that's kind of like the rotation standpoint with it. But it's exciting. Honestly, it's quite exciting seeing this champion. It's really weird. I'm not really that interested a lot with new champions, but this one does interest me. I think it's because it's got that mash kind of like element to it when you're doing the SP2. That's fun. Similar to like How the Duck, that was fun as well. Okay, good stuff though. Good stuff with that and the rotation. As your reveal chance 100%, blah blah blah. Yeah, it's nothing really interesting right there. Launch this attack into their block to get incinerate passives. Refresh, then immediately hold the heavy attack button at the end of the attack to save yourself any incoming hits. Okay, yes. So it's kind of like we've got this kind of Quake fusion here with it. Not completely, but what I'm talking about is the idea of like, look, if you're looking to actuate the damage by doing like holding a heavy attack and then the enemy's coming in and then you're kind of like shooting back based on the abilities, it's kind of like Quake in some regard. Not exactly. I'm just talking about the mechanics of movement, if anything, not the abilities of the champion in actuating more damage. SP2, after the first hit, rapidly press block, builds in dormant incinerates up to 16, which are inflicted by the final hit. Nice. If blocked, pressed 4 or fewer times, the final hit instead inflicts between 4 and 12 incinerates at random. Okay, wow. You got to do 16 hits in the SP2. No. This is a special attack that allows the highest number of incinerates passives to be built up. By rapidly mashing the block button during the attack, you can reliably inflict 16 incinerate passives, then quickly refresh them by building back up to SP1. While on attack, there will be slight time slowdown during the SP2 animation to showcase when exactly to start mashing the block button. I think as well because the prompt is better than Howard the Duck. That's the thing that I like the most about this. It's more, it's basically, it's saying now, like it's telling you now, it's helping you out now, it's giving you a prompter. Well, I'm not saying that like, you know, Howard the Duck doesn't, because that's more of an instinct thing, but this is kind of like, hopefully helps out players a lot and makes it like, you know, simple to kind of understand. SP3, this can be a good option for players who have having a difficult time getting the incinerate vulnerability into place, as the version of that SP3 inflicts lasts 24 seconds. So that could be an interesting thing if you are struggling to get that incinerate vulnerability. And look, AI in this game is tragic. So it's a case of like, am I able to get my heavy attack off? Am I able to, because the AI is just not moving out of me, am I able to keep refreshed of that incinerate vulnerability? So that may be an option for you if things aren't working out. So Kabam know their game and they know that things aren't consistent. As an attacker, Negasonic's evade counter attack inflicts 3 incinerates rounded up, and personal incinerates are paused during special attacks. Additionally, striker hits and counter attacks pause incinerates and incinerate vulnerability as they were light attacks. I think, and as a defender, start each fight with 100% of a bar of power. And Kabam say, as an attacker, the signature grants several boosts to incinerate effects, which add up to much longer incinerate effects overall, and an easier time builder up to the max stack to a limit of 40. That, I guess, is that. Well, no, I guess it is. It's handy to plan around, and also just makes the champion easier to play, which is good in some ways. But you may be kind of going, oh, I need to kind of like awaken this champion and hide the signature. It's going to make it an interesting and more viable or investable 6-star at 200 signature, because let's face it, that's kind of like easy to do. And Ascended, a champion like this Ascended could be really nice as a 6-star. So yeah, interesting stuff. Nothing really too spicy so far that I've read on synergies. Below 5% chance to evade medium and light attacks. Precognition becomes 100% until an evade activates. And then we've also got opponents that are immune to personal incinerates are inflicted with a rupture passive. So it could be like another option. Incinerate immune champions, this could be a great option. Say Bullseye Incinerate immune, fine. Take in with a Deadpool classic synergy, and that can be really helpful. Good with unfazed, and good with cruelty and lesser cruelty, and of course parry. Yeah, as I said before, I'm really excited about this champion. just because she looks like a just really interesting, fantastic, and easy to use champion, but also that kind of just helpfulness of saying, look, do this now, you do more damage. Like this SP2 is just fantastic. The evade, dealing with bullseye, which is a problem at the moment. It's just really fun. You can see at the top left hand corner when like when the taps went in, you can see like the incinerate numbers going up as you're going da 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 da. So whether it's like you have to do it 8 times, you know, you get 2 incinerates on tap, we'll have to see. But I just think this is a really fun champion. Really looking forward to next month. And I don't think I'm going to get the champion, but I'd love to review it. So, well, I can't get it because I don't spend in the game. So I'll have to wait for kind of like, well, featured 6 stars. So maybe that's what I'll save up for, not this pool, but the next pool. We'll have to see. Any case, thank you very much for watching this video. Check out some other content located on screen. What are your thoughts on this champion? And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.